All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. If you're coming on, I want you to hit the like button. I want you to hit the share button. Tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know. Prophet Ramon, The Squad, and the Ramon Preston Show. We are live in his house on this beautiful Wednesday. And do I have an amazing show for you? Because today we're going to be talking about the income power play. The income power play. So please, for those of you that are coming on, if you would be so kind, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, text somebody, inbox, DM, yell in the other room and let them know the Ramon Preston Show is on. While you're coming on, would you please also drop in the comments what city you watching your boy from? Who you representing? What city you watching me from? What country you're watching me from? We got to give a shout out to all of you outside of the United States of America, because every time I go back and watch some of the replays just to kind of double check to make sure that everything went as smooth as I thought in my mind while I was taping the show was, I always see comments, I always see engagement and feedback from so many of you that are from other countries. I'm not able to name all the countries. I've seen Nigeria, I've seen Brazil, I've seen Sri Lanka. What is it? Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka? Yeah, I've seen India, I've seen Argentina, Mexico, and of course, so many areas in the United States of America. So wherever you are, whoever you are, I want you to know that I love you. I'm praying for you. I'm rooting for you. And I appreciate you for always taking the time out to be a part of the Ramon Preston Show. So again, if you would be so kind, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, share the video with someone. Maybe you could drop their names in the comments, or you can @ them so that they'll come back around to watch the video as well. And put in the comments what city you are watching me from. I appreciate all of the love, all of the questions, all of the feedback. I want to give a big shout out to all of you who are members of our one-year business coaching program. We're 6 months into this one-year business coaching program. We launched it in April, and we have had some extraordinary results, not just in our program, but we've had extraordinary results from the entrepreneurs and individuals who are in our one-year business coaching program. So if you're part of that one-year business coaching program, I want you to know that I love you. I'm praying for you. I salute you. I'm rooting for you. And I really appreciate you trusting us to help you take your finances and your business to the next level. If you're a member of our Blueprint Game Plan, our online training program, thank you for being a part of it. If you've participated in any event or any boot camp or workshop or mastermind or any course that we have provided, either in person or virtually, I want you to know that we thank you so much, because without your participation, without your eyes and ears and your hearts gravitating to what we share, we won't be able to do it. As a matter of fact, yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, I shared a post on some analytics that we got back from YouTube. And just within the last 30 days, we've had 231 new subscribers. This was as of yesterday. So that means from September 12th up to yesterday, we had 231 new subscribers, which brings us to almost 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. And just on YouTube alone, we had a total of 21,700 views. 21,700 views, and we had 79,600 minutes of watch time just on YouTube alone. So all of you YouTubers that take full advantage of almost 1,000 videos that we have on our YouTube channel, I want you to know that you're helping us reach a lot of people. You're helping us inform people. You're helping us educate and empower people on the importance of business and entrepreneurship and financial literacy and starting and structuring holding companies and investing in wealth building. So thank you so much for that. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page that you please subscribe. I want us to break the 6,000 subscriber mark within the next couple days. So we're at 5,710 right now, somewhere a little over 5,700. We're 200 and something away from 6,000. So please click those subscribe buttons, invite and share it with other family members and friends so that they can come to our YouTube page. It's youtube.com/Ramon Preston, or you can just type in Ramon Preston and I'm certain to come up. Also, I want you to go to LinkedIn and find me on LinkedIn at Ramon Preston. We have almost 7,000 followers on LinkedIn. And so LinkedIn is a very powerful platform that we use as well. And we want you to follow us on LinkedIn. I love our LinkedIn community as well. And of course, we have a Facebook page, a personal page for Ramon Preston. We have a business page for Ramon Preston Enterprises. We have an Instagram page, TikTok, Snapchat. So I just want to engage you. I want to get to meet more people. I want us to communicate with more people. I want us to build a solid community for business and for ministry training, because that's what my assignment is, and that's what our purpose is, to show up here every day. So thank you, and welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. If you don't know, now you know. I am your host, Ramon Preston, and guess what? Every Monday through Friday, we come on this show to give you information that we have strategically and specifically designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and even your wealth building dreams. And as I always mention when I remember, all the content that we share with you, not just general content through our posts on social media, but all the content that we share with you on the Ramon Preston Show Monday through Friday, it is a direct extension of our company's divisions, our consulting division, our coaching division, and our training division. So we have the RP Consulting Group. We have a consulting group, and our consulting services are really professional, world-class services that we provide. Top line strategies and solutions to help you structure your organization, build your organization out. We help you integrate systems and processes, and we do an extraordinary job. And we have a group of amazing people on our team, experts. We have attorneys on our team. We have tax experts on our team. We have other consultants and executives that work with us to make sure that however we consult you as a business, as a ministry, as an organization, as an individual, that we're able to get you the best results. And of course, our coaching division, we have a one-year business coaching program. And our one-year business coaching program is really the best of all worlds. I lead our coaching team, and we take 52 weeks in this one-year business coaching program to train you on the most important aspects of sales and marketing and business systems and financial systems. We offer an initial one-on-one coaching session with you to help set you on the course for the 1 year. We give you access to our online training program for 1 year. We give you access to weekly coaching calls, to quarterly masterminds, quarterly workshops, and we give you personal access to a coaching coordinator so that if at any point throughout the day, the week, the month, or the year, you have questions, concerns, or roadblocks, or things that come up, you're able to reach out to your coaching coordinator and we're able to answer your questions. And of course, our training division is built around Ramon Preston University. It is our online training platform. Of course, we have training programs for ministry. We have a School of Prophets. We are getting ready to relaunch our School of Ministry, our Next Level Leadership Academy. For those of you that are called to preach, you're called to be leaders in the ministry, you're called to be prophets, you're called to do those things that God wants you to do within the context of the ministry. We have courses on Ramon Preston University. But we also have our business and financial program, which is called the Blueprint Game Plan. And as a matter of fact, what I'm going to be talking to you about today is really coming out of the playbook of our Blueprint Game Plan. And so if you missed yesterday's show and Monday's show, all this week, it just somehow evolved into me talking about money. Monday, I talked about what your money mission is. What your money mission is. And I showed you that in order for you to really succeed financially and really be aggressive and like really dedicated to get that bag, you really have to have a money mission. And so yesterday we talked about the money game. That's what we talked about yesterday, the money game. And so today I'm gonna continue this discussion around money, but I'm gonna be talking about the income power play. That's what I'm gonna be talking about today, the income power play. Now, I want to give you a brief summary real quick so that you can understand the context for what this discussion is going to be today. So when I talk about the money game, I want you to envision the money game like a football game, okay? I want you to envision the money game like a football game. And so I mentioned yesterday, in order for you to even get in the money game, in order for you to even qualify, or in other words, for you to be drafted into the league of really creating financial freedom, of getting into moving towards wealth and establishing an economic legacy, in order for you to get into the money game, there are certain fundamental principles you have to have already locked in stone for your life. And those principles are centered around, number one, your commitment. You need a commitment to God. You need to at least understand, especially as a spiritual being, you have to understand that your commitment to God needs to be reflected in your commitment to getting money. Because a lot of what God wants you to do, or why he put you on this planet to fulfill certain things, is tied into you being able to have money and resources to facilitate what you're supposed to do. So you need a commitment to God when it comes to your money. You need a commitment to yourself. You got to be committed to you. You got to be willing to just say, you know what, I'm going all in for me to get my money right, for me to have financial freedom, for me to do what I need to do so that I can be successful and know that I fulfilled my purpose on this planet, not just spiritually or mentally or emotionally, but economically, financially. And then you need a commitment to others. That commitment to others is going to allow you to create accountability for yourself. So, for example, I have a commitment to God when it comes to my money. I have a commitment to myself when it comes to my money. But then I have a commitment to others. I have a commitment to my coaches, my consultants, to the experts that I depend on to help me. I have a commitment to my staff. I have a commitment to my family. I have a commitment to other people. And all of those commitments hold me accountable to show up every day and to do what I'm doing right now, to teach you, to train you, but also to build a business. My business is just not to teach and train you. I built the business doing real business before I even started teaching and training other people how to do what I do. So my business is not the business of just showing you to do something that I myself have not done, but it still starts with a commitment. And then once you have that commitment, those bedrock principles of commitment in stone in your heart, now you can start developing the discipline and the habits to be consistent in what you are going to set out to do. So even before you start learning things about financial literacy and about business ownership and about sales and marketing and about systems and processes and staffing and about intellectual property and trademarks and licensing, before you start learning all those nuances, okay, you have to have the discipline and the habits that have been developed in you internally like a muscle, so that once you get on the field, you are already in the game. You are already suited and booted. You have your uniform on. you already know what the playbook is about, so that when you start calling plays, you're able to see to it that you always cross that goal line, if that makes sense. So let's just assume, for the purpose of today's discussion on the income power play, let's just assume that you're committed. You're ready to get that bag. Let's just assume, Ramon, I'm going to tell you right now today, I'm in the money game. I'm ready to get my money right. I'm ready to get free financially. I'm ready to get the bag. I'm ready to take my finances to the next level. Let's just say if me and you were talking right now, that's what you would say to me. Okay, so we're going to give you a suit. We're going to give you a uniform. We're going to give you a number. We're going to let you study some videos. We're going to let you study the playbooks. And we're going to get you ready for game day. So now today is going to be game day. Today is game day. Well, I told you yesterday that one of the first disciplines you need, which is actually a play, but it's not the power play, that discipline is actually for you to learn how to save your income. In other words, you got to learn how to control your income. You got to learn how to use your income for what it was designed to be used for. Remember, I told you that your income is your number one wealth building tool. So if you're going to play the money game, well, when game day comes and coach calls you out on the field, guess what the first play is? The first play is not the power play. If you watch a football game, once they sing the Star Spangled Banner, once the cheerleaders cheer, once everybody moves out of the way, guess what the first play is when all the players get on the field? The first play is actually the kickoff. You just missed it. Ooh! Let me say that again. The first play is the kickoff. You have never seen two teams get on the field on game day and just start calling plays, have you? No, they don't just start calling plays, because in order for them to be free to call plays, they have to initiate the play called the kickoff. So that means the kicking team has to send the ball to the receiving team so that the receiving team can start to call the plays. This is very powerful. So I want you to look at your financial life as a money game that is similar to a football game. And I want you to look at the landscape of what you have to create for your finances as a football field. And I want you to look at you being a part of a coaching program, or you joining our online training community, or you getting around ballers and millionaires who really think big and want to move you with them to the next level. I want you to look at that as all of the key players on your team, all of the coaches, all of the staff, all of the medical personnel. You got all these people on the sideline of your life that's holding you accountable to make sure that you do your part as a member of the team now that you're in the game, okay? But when game day starts, let's say today is the first day that you're getting ready to start, and you're on the starting lineup, the first play you're gonna call is the kickoff. It ain't the power play. And so saving, I want you to really take note of this. Saving income is the number one. It is by far the number one play. Because all the other plays won't even be called. Think about it. If there is never a kickoff in a football game, the quarterback can never line up the team. The center can never snap the ball. The quarterback can never find a wide receiver, and the quarterback can never call the play, which means nobody can ever score. And so a lot of entrepreneurs today, they're trying to call plays with sales, with marketing, with logos, with trademarks, with licensing, with systems and processes, and they're wondering why all of these plays are not working and why they cannot get scores of income. It is because they have overlooked the first and most important play, and that is the kickoff. So when the ball from the kicking team is given to you as the receiving team, your first discipline has to already be established in your financial life. And that discipline is not just a play, that discipline is the kickoff. This is what kicks off your wealth building. If people could just understand how powerful saving income is, they would actually do what? Save income. I mean, if you knew how powerful saving income was, guess what you're going to do? You're going to save income. You ain't going to be around here talking about, man, I need to call a 32 blue. Oh, I need to call a 28 sweep. Oh my God, now it's getting ready to be tax time. I got to call a Hail Mary. You're trying to call plays now because you're panicking and you're in a financial emergency, or your business is struggling because you forgot to be disciplined to handle the kickoff. So saving income is your number one or your first play. Saving income. Saving income. Now, Ramon, is there a difference between income and money? Well, there is a fundamental difference. First of all, when we say playing the money game, I'm using the word money as a general term to refer to currency that we use to exchange goods and services. So there are different forms of money. You can have liquid forms of money called cash. You can have paper forms of money called checks. You can have digital forms of money called credit or lines of credit. There are different forms of money, but money is, generally speaking, currency. Income is a form of money, but income is actually the form of money that you have received based on certain things that you have done to produce that form of money. So, for example, you can have money in the bank, but it doesn't mean that money you have in the bank is income. And guess what? If you have money in the bank and you keep using that money that's in the bank and you never create income or new forms of money to come in, at some point you're going to have no money, because even though you had money, you didn't keep creating income. This is why your income is so critical. It's so vital to you experiencing financial freedom, to you getting out of debt, to you becoming a millionaire, to you getting wealthy. And so you have to start with looking at your income and being disciplined enough with your income to do certain things. So I talked about this a little bit yesterday. What do I have to do with my income? Well, first of all, you have to be able to track it. You have to know every dollar that you got coming in, at least every 30 days. You have to look at every dollar you got going out, and you have to look at what's left. And if you don't have any money left after your income and expenses has been calculated, that means you have no money to save. So what do? Well, you then have to start going through the process of not just creating more income, but fleshing through your expenses or your lifestyle to see, are you living above your means? Because you should not be spending more money than you're earning. In other words, you should not have more expenses than you have income. And if you have more expenses than you have income, yes, you have an income problem, but you also equally have a discipline problem. Because if you don't fix the discipline problem and you fix the income problem, when your income goes up, guess what else is going to go up? Your expenses are going to go back up, because your lifestyle is going to continue to increase. So you're going to go from a $10,000 car to a $40,000 car. You're going to go from 500 or 1,000 square feet to 4,000 square feet. You're going to go from shopping at Target to shopping at Gucci, because your income went up. But because you were not disciplined to handle what is considered to be the kickoff when you get in the money game, you're never going to save enough income to utilize the power play. So you never get to the power play. In other words, you never get to the point. And see, I know this firsthand, y'all, because there was a time in my life that I didn't have a problem getting out in the market and figuring out how to make money to take care of me and my family. It may have not been a lot of money, but there was a time in my life where I didn't have a problem at least getting out there making something happen. And the more I did it, the better I got at doing it. In other words, it's kind of like being a player on a team. And, you know, I really don't know the playbook well. I really don't study the game well. I really don't understand all the mechanics and all the logistics about the game. I'm just real talented and gifted enough to just show up game day, get out there, make a few touchdowns, score a few points, help the team win, and, you know, do just enough to get by. But I never get skilled at it to the extent that it actually becomes a profession or a legitimate business. I did that for years, literally. Up until just 3 years ago, that's how I lived. And keep in mind, I've been a full-time entrepreneur. It's 2021. I was fired from my last job 20 years ago. 20 years ago this year, I was fired from my last job. And 2 years after that, which was 18 years ago, my wife and I got married. And so for the past 18 years, I have been full-fledged entrepreneur all the time, every day, all with gas, no breaks, every day of the week, every month of the year, year in and year out. I've been an entrepreneur. So what I'm showing you is, out of the 18 years that me and my wife have been in entrepreneurship, 15 of those years, we were making money, we were seeing income, but I was not necessarily saving a lot of that income because I was trying to call audibles. I was calling 32 sweeps and 28, 28 sweeps and I was calling all these other plays, but I forgot the most important play, which was the kickoff. And so the moment I got on the sidelines and reset my mind, and I started reading the playbook of billionaires, I started reading the playbook of the super wealthy. I started reading the playbook of the Berkshire Hathaways and the JP Morgans and the Johnson & Johnsons and the Microsofts and the Blackstones and the hedge funds. I realized that, oh my God, we're in the same league of the United States of America. We're playing with the same ball, financial literacy and business ownership, but my God, I'm playing different plays, which is why I'm not scoring. It's kind of like a professional NFL team playing a Pop Warner team. They're going to crush them. And that's how I was doing business. That's how I was when it came to getting money and establishing financial security and stability for me and my family. So once I relearned what I needed to relearn, I was able to start calling different plays. And the first play that I had to call was the play that I realized would kick off my financial freedom journey, my wealth building journey. And again, what I'm talking about, it seems like it's just about money and income. It's really about business too. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're a business owner, I'm gonna show you the income power play is about your business. It's about your company. It's about your dreams. It's about you investing. It's about your church, pastor. It's about your ministry, minister. It's all centered around the income power play. And it wasn't until 3 years ago, after 15 years of being a full-time entrepreneur, and I drugged my wife through some seasons, man. I'm telling you, I drugged my wife through some seasons. And she had to go through a whole lot of seasons of struggling and trying to figure out how she was going to, patch up all the leaks that I created financially. She stuck in there with me. She believed in me, but she held me accountable to get it together. In other words, my wife got me to a point in her holding me accountable that she was like, You can't just keep showing up for game day and you ain't studying the playbook. You ain't learning the game. You need to know not just what the players are doing. You need to know what the coach is doing, what the staff is doing, what personnel is doing. You need to know what they're doing up there in the bleachers. You need to know what the fans are doing. You need to know what the opponent is doing. You need to know what the owner is doing. You need to know what the city that the team is in is doing. You need to know everything about everything when it comes to getting that bag. And I was like, you know what, honey? I'm not going to put you through that no more. I got it. I got it. And one of the first plays I had to start playing was the discipline play of saving my income. And when I did that, I had to make some very, 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 very personal decisions. There are a lot of things that I felt like were assets that were really liabilities in my life, people included, that I had to move out of the way. I had to let go. I had to get from around. I had to disconnect myself from, because I realized where I'm going, a lot of this stuff that I'm playing with, a lot of the people that I'm goofing off with, they're not going where I want to go. I want to win. It's kind of like knowing that you just playing just to get a check, as opposed to another team playing to win the Super Bowl and to be great. Tom Brady is playing football still after 20 years? And you already know he's not playing for a ring. He got 6 Super Bowl rings. So what is he playing for? He playing for GOAT status. He's not even playing for money. He's a multimillionaire. He's playing for GOAT status. And that's what you need to be playing for. To be the GOAT of your finances, the greatest of all times, the GOAT of your wealth, the GOAT of your household, the GOAT of yourself, the GOAT of your children. That's what you need to be playing for. And that's the money game. So anyway, the kickoff is the first play, correct? And the kickoff in the money game is you learning to become disciplined. It's more than just learning, it's doing. You got to get disciplined. Get disciplined to save as much of your income as you possibly can, because your income is your number one play. It is by far your number one wealth building tool. Let me ask you this question before I move into the income power play. Let me ask you this question. If you didn't have to spend none of your income that you make right now, what could you actually do for yourself? What could you actually do for your future? What type of investments could you make if you didn't have to spend all of your income that you get right now? But here's the thing. You got income here. You got expenses. But then what you don't see on your financial sheet, let me just drop it like this. What you don't see is this word. That's what you don't see on your income statement. Have you ever looked at a pay stub? Have you ever looked at a check? Have you ever looked at a financial profit and loss statement? And have you ever seen that word? No, you don't see that word. This is what you see. Income, expenses. That's all you see. But what's going to determine how these two work for you or against you is the discipline. This is the kickoff. So imagine watching the football game tomorrow night, Thursday night football, or Sunday, or college football Saturday, or the NFL on Monday night. Imagine when they do the Star Spangled Banner, oh say can you see, they sing, everybody get off the field, the referees flip the coin, you kick off, you receive. All the teams get on there. The coaches are on the sidelines. The Air Force jets have flown by. And just imagine for the next 4 hours, the players just stand at the field looking at the ball and never kick off. What would you do? First of all, you're gonna turn it, because you mad now. You all upset. You like, what they doing? Well, guess what? What if God is saying that about you and your finances? You should be saying that about you and your finances. Like, what are you doing? I'm giving you an opportunity to get income, And because you want to either impress other people or you want to make this unrealistic impression of yourself, you refuse to get disciplined to start managing your expenses while simultaneously increasing your income so that you can start saving, your number one wealth building tool. So the game does not start until the kickoff play begins. And that's the kickoff play. Just that alone is enough for you to reconsider how you see money and how you think about money and how you see and think about business. Yeah. So if you're not reading the playbook that's helping you understand what I'm teaching you, you might be reading a good playbook, but it ain't gonna be the playbook that's gonna get you success. This is the purpose of me putting a blueprint game plan together, that whole online training program that I thought about it today. And you know what I said to myself this morning when I was doing some work? I was like, I don't even talk about the blueprint game plan enough for what it is. And a lot of people who have access to the blueprint game plan, they're not even using it in the way that it was designed to be used. Like most people who get the blueprint game plan, guess what they get it for? To learn about the holding company. Yeah. In other words, they want to learn about power plays. But they don't go to the blueprint and say, let me look at his 5 steps. What is his first step? The first step in the blueprint game plan is to save $1,000. In other words, get disciplined. Yeah. But what they do is they skip this. Oh, I don't want all that. I just need the power play. Let me get my holding company. And they never score any touchdowns. Gotcha. Because you skipped the first and most important principle that I teach in that program. So when you go through that blueprint game plan, for those of you that are in it, I want you to go back to the blueprint and I want you to take a look at the 5-step manual that I put in there. I put the steps in there, and not only do I give you the steps for your blueprint, I give you the outline, but I also give you game plans. I give you plays that you can call to get through each step. This by far, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why I'm going to get back to start talking about that. I got my confirmation yesterday, and then by the time I got through doing all my homework this morning, I was like, I got to get back to really bringing emphasis to the financial aspect of what I'm teaching people to do in business, because too many people are getting caught up on, I want to be a business owner. I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to work for nobody. I want to be rich. I want to get a holding company. I want to build an organizational enterprise. I want to have products and services in the market. I want to be a sales guru. I want to be a marketing guru. I want to be an internet sensation. But nobody's saying, I want to be disciplined to learn how to use my number one wealth building tool to create a solid and stable life, and that is your income. And you can't do it if you don't know how to save. Does that make sense? Man, that's powerful. That's powerful. How many of you agree with me on that? How many of you agree with me on that? So saving your income is the kickoff. We have to establish that. We have to establish that. You have to get into the habit. You literally, you have to get into the habit, and you really have to develop the discipline to increase your income. So there are strategies that you can use to increase your income. And I'm not going to say you have to necessarily decrease your expenses unless your expenses are full of lifestyle choices you're making that you shouldn't be making. Because there are some expenses you might not be able to get away from. Like my wife and I, think about it. When my wife and I 3 years ago made the wealth decision to play the money game the right way that will get us to GOAT status, we made that decision 3 years ago after 15 years of being full-time. And many of those 15 years were, oh my God, they were extraordinary years. My wife has been a real estate agent the whole time, almost just 19, 20 years. So the whole time we've been married, my wife has been a real estate agent. And many years, my wife had $1 million years. You know, the firm that she worked with when she first started was giving her plaques almost every year. You're a millionaire earner. You're a millionaire earner. We were making 6 figures. It was not an issue. Like we were getting that bag. But because we were calling the wrong plays, all the money we had coming in was literally going back out. And then the little money that we were saving, we did not have the right strategies for that money to reallocate it in vehicles that continued to accelerate our financial growth. And so we had to hit the reset button 3 years ago. And guess what? Within the last 3 years, what my wife and I have, like my wife and I literally, we have accomplished more financially in 3 years than we did in the first 15. In the last 3 years, we have accomplished more than we did in the first 15 years. So out of 18 years of me and my wife being full-time entrepreneurs, we accomplished more in the last 3 than we did in the first 15. Literally, we have literally like multiplied times and times over what we've accomplished the first 15 years. But what did we do different? Well, first of all, we got different information. We started learning and started training our minds on wealth building principles that would show up differently when we started calling plays. And one of the first things we had to do was we had to look at our income, figure out ways to increase the income, right? While we increased the income, we had to take a look at our expenses. And even though we wanted to decrease the expenses, we also wanted to at least stabilize the expenses, meaning that we're not going to be living under a bridge now. Okay, so like my wife and I, we ain't living in a big house no more. We ain't got 4,000 square feet on 2 acres with 3 floors. But it's not like we living in the boondocks either. It's not like we living down a dead end road, you know, where, you know, you got to go to the well every day and take a bath and doo-doo. You know what I mean? It's like we're not living like that. We living in Buckhead. We living in a 1-bedroom condo, but I mean, it's nice. So my point is, we decreased certain expenses to some extent, right? But we also stabilized our expenses. So what are some fundamental decisions that we made? Well, here's one of the fundamental decisions. My wife had a Mercedes. I had a Range Rover. Guess what we did? We got rid of both of those and just got one Mercedes so she could be happy. And I drive her car, right? Because I don't need a car right now. I could go buy a car. I could go buy a car in cash if I wanted it. But I don't need a car. So if I need to get to and from work, I call my personal assistant. If my wife is busy. Most of the time, my wife will be on a property or doing something, and I drop her behind off and be like, baby, I'll come back and get you later. Let me hold this nice Mercedes. What is it? The coupe. Let me hold this coupe, girl. So I'm just showing, and I'm being 100 with y'all to show you that even though I can go get a new car, I can go drive what I want to drive. But number one, why would I take all that money and dump it into something that only either increases my expenses or decreases my cash flow, or at least my free cash flow that I can use to put in another vehicle to accelerate my business? So guess what? 3 years ago, I wasn't looking at the skyline in Buckhead. I didn't have a whole wing of a headquarters. Okay? 3 years ago, we got a better location for our church in Morrow right now than we did 3 years ago. Okay? I didn't have a whole staff of people working for me and we building a multi-million-dollar company. I didn't have that 3 years ago. But what changed? Here are the fundamental things that changed. I figured out ways to increase this and to decrease and at least stabilize this so that I could free up my cash flow so that when I had opportunities, in other words, when I needed to call a power play, I kicked my finances off right so that I could make the big plays that I needed to make. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. And so you got to look at that. And that takes discipline. Because I'm telling you, my wife and I, we are definitely, we have always been disciplined. That's what I love about my wife. I have like the best financial partner because she is extremely disciplined. But I'm disciplined too. I don't like wasting money. I'm just not that person, and I'm not a flashy person, so I don't need all that stuff to be happy. You know, the things that I spend a lot of my free cash flow on personally or for my family are things that most people don't even see. Like most people will never even see it. So you're not going to really see me driving or living or wearing it unless I want to. But for the most part, I got other things that I get gratification in doing. Like I get more gratification helping certain people and giving certain people a lift and really creating stability in other people's lives, because that just lasts so long. It just, oh my God, it just lingers, man. But that's a part of being in ministry too. That's a part of just loving God and loving his people. So me and my wife, we are big on that. Like if my wife and I were not as big of givers as we are, and we just were like stingy and we took all that money and said, this is our money. We gonna wear our money with cars and clothes and with, you know, Instagram photo shots. Oh my God, we'll be looking like Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know, we'll be on private planes. You know, we'll be at Icebox around the corner getting $100,000 bust downs. That's what we would be doing. Even though we don't even really want it, even when we have the money to get it. But I'm just giving y'all, I'm giving you some disciplined details so that you can understand if you don't get disciplined, the moment your income goes up, guess what else is going to go up? Your splurging. Your splurging going to go up when your income goes up because you don't have the discipline, which means you never kick off. Or the kickoff comes to you and you never receive it, so you're never able to call the plays, right? So that's how you do that. So what is the income power play? Well, remember, the income power play is after you get disciplined to take control of your income. Now the income power play can be implemented and executed. And so when you hear me talk about we help people start, structure, and scale their businesses and their income streams. Some of you might not even know this. See, you gotta really listen to me and be around me enough to catch on to a lot of things that I say. Because I hear that a lot. And you know, every once in a while, we'll get people that come on YouTube or come on social media and they'll leave a comment. Oh, you said a lot, but you didn't say a lot. What you said didn't make sense. That was 4 minutes of nothing. Yeah, because you're just an idiot and you're just an internet, you know, like troll, and you're just looking for things to critique because you probably in your auntie basement, you know, playing with yourself, you critiquing the whole world. That's why you make those comments. But for people, that's what they be doing. It's internet trolls. They're trolls, and they need to be called out because they don't have a picture. They got like a, what do you call it, avatar that they have up. You don't even know who they are, and they just somewhere, you know, like all hairy, you know, sitting on the couch with their drawers on, you know, just looking at the internet and critiquing everybody. But for people who at least listen to information that is designed to help you get further quicker. But you got to rule that stuff out. You got to rule that stuff out. One of the reasons why I bring that goofball idiocy up is because a lot of you are listening to too many people. And you're letting people's critiques and people's opinions and their views and perspectives contaminate your mind from getting focused on plays that are actually going to get you to win. So for example, if I'm giving you, I love, like some of the coaching clients we have, I love them. We were on the phone with a couple of them yesterday, remember? Mm-hmm. I love those types of people. You know why? Because they have, these are adults. Mm-hmm. Like the two couples we talked with yesterday, these are real, the men are real men. These are men's men. Yeah. These guys, like, they stand and hover over me when I'm in their presence. These guys are way bigger than me. Yeah, I'm so short, but they're just grown men. And just their masculinity, they are men's men. They have pride in themselves as men. They have male egos. They're dominant. They're lions. They're alpha males. But my point is, they are intelligent financially and in business enough to know before I make a decision, or in other words, before I call any play, let me run to the sideline and ask my coach. That's why they're winning, though.
Yeah, they are.
That's why they're winning.
They really are.
And guess what? I'm on the phone with them, and they're asking me questions about what play they should play. And guess what their problem is? Their problem is not they're losing. Their problem is they're winning so much, they need to create new angles so that they don't overwhelm the team and take advantage of the field. They're looking at ways to maximize. How can I utilize this? In other words, they're looking at bringing on second and third streams of income, second and third streams of team members. They got real money problems, real business problems. You know why? Because they understand these principles and how they need to be put to practice. So I just want to encourage all of you. I know all of you that watch me, the overwhelming majority, you're not trolls, you're not internet goofballs, but don't listen to that crap. Don't allow yourself to feed off of the playbooks of other people who are either losing or who are just copying and pasting what other people did to win, and they're trying to, like fake it and flaunt as if they're winning, and the truth is they're not. So they critique you, they criticize you, they question you, they are apprehensive and reluctant to listen to you. You focus on your playbook. Think about it. When I watch people like Tom Brady been in the league as long as he has. If you watch him, like the next game Tom Brady plays, he's with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The next game that he plays, watch how he acts when he's on the sideline. Just take a look at him and see what he's doing when he's on the sideline. You ever seen some players on the sideline? They goofing off. They throwing signs up. They acting up. They just acting a fool, right? Guess what Tom Brady doing? He looking at the playbook. He looking at his plays on his arm. He's talking to his coach. He's talking to players because he's a winner. He's the GOAT. The rest of them ain't playing. They on the sideline dancing, throwing gang signs up, making $200,000 a year. But he making $20 million a year, filthy rich, 6 rings, the GOAT. And guess what he doing? He's looking at plays.
Yeah, that's good.
He's walking mad because of the last 2 plays didn't work. You get what I'm saying, y'all? Mm-hmm. That's what you got to do. So when I'm talking about, when you hear me talking about starting and structuring and scaling your business and your income streams, this whole concept here, this is what I want you to see, because it's almost 1 o'clock. Here's what I want you to see, because it took me an hour just to get to the income power play.
Right.
That is so funny. I know somebody watching like, dog, it took you like 50 minutes just to get to the income power play, because the power play ain't gonna mean nothing if you don't understand the kickoff. If you're not disciplined. And the fact that if you say that, it further proves that you're trying to rush past what's most important. So you need to lean in on that. Man, I got to get disciplined to save. So what is the income power play? The income power play is seen in the strategies we use to help people start, structure, and scale their business. So that means if you're going to receive, let's say you're on the receiving team and they kick the ball to you and you catch it and you kneel and the game starts and then you huddle up, right? And then you talk to the team. Okay, we're gonna call a play. Some teams, depending on the severity of the win, let's say if it's a playoff game. If it's a playoff game and they only got like 8 seconds left in the game and it's kickoff, do you think they're just gonna call like a small play? Do you think they're gonna call a play that you only get 2 yards or you advance 3 yards? Most likely they might call a what? A power play. They're gonna call a play that gets them further down the field and advances them so they can at least kick off, do a punt, or what do you call it, a field goal, to score and win, or to go ahead and get a full touchdown. So this is the power play. And so a lot of you right now that's listening to me, no jokes, no games. This is serious stuff. Those of you that are watching me and listening to me, a lot of you right here before 2021 is out, you need to call an income power play. There's some things that you're going to have to do. So if you are a W-2 employee, one of your power plays is going to be you need to revisit your W-4, and you need to go as high as you can up on your exemptions. That number needs to be as high. So if you have a 0, a 1, or a 2, you may need to go up to a 6 or to a 9. That's a part of your power play. As a W-2 employee, you need to go up on your exemptions. Typically, you'll call them your dependents or your allowances. So you're saying, well, how do I do that? Well, you call your HR department, or you call your boss or your employer and say, I need to readjust and revisit my W-4 form. That's the form I filled out when I got hired, okay? I need to readjust it. And when I readjust it, I want to be able to go up as high as I can. What is that going to do? This is what that's going to do. That's going to see to it that before this year is out, if you've not done it, before this year is out, when you get your pay stub, you're going to have your gross pay, right? And then you got all these taxes and these expenses, and then you have your net. Well, when you change your W-4 form and go up on that number, what's going to happen is some of the federal taxes are going to go down, which means your net pay is going to go up. So you're going to have more take-home pay than you did before just by readjusting that. Now, that's one component of this income power play, because if you're a W-2 employee and you make this power play, now what you want to do is, and some people may disagree with this play, but I'm telling you what you should do. Now what you want to do is you want to, as a W-2 employee who makes that W-4 adjustment, now what you want to do is create a LLC. I would recommend that your first LLC is a holding company. Now you may be saying, I don't have any products, I don't have any services. We'll work on the products and the services. But what we want to do is we want to make sure this adjustment that you make that's going to cause your federal taxes to go down and your net take-home pay to go up, we want to make sure that you have tax deductions, right? That you have business expenses that you can put against you adjusting that W-4. So even though you might not be making a profit if you don't have products and services to take to the market today, just making this adjustment, these two components in this power play, will not only increase your income, but now is going to decrease your tax liability through these deductions and these business expenses. We'll work on developing products and services, especially if you're a part of our coaching program. We'll work on taking your ideas and creating them into products and services. Now, for those of you that are 1099s, you are a 1099. You're an independent contractor. You are MLM, you're a network marketer, or you might be a barber. You might be a nail tech, right? You might cook food on the side. You might sell clothes and apparel. If you're getting a 1099, what we need to do is we need to turn that 1099 into an EIN, again, a LLC, particularly a holding company. This is what you need to do. So, for example, if you are an independent contractor and someone is giving you a 1099, you want to make sure that the 1099 is not coming to you as an individual. Meaning that if I issue you a 1099, right? I don't want that 1099 to be issued to a social security number. Okay? I want that 1099 to be issued to an EIN number. So how are you going to be able to get someone to give you a 1099 through an EIN? You have to have your LLC established. And again, I'm going to tell you to do a holding company because we're going to build your holding company first, and then we develop divisions and other operating companies under it that may be separate from your holding company, but that structure will position you to play a bigger game because this will be your income power play, if that makes sense. So if you are a W-2, you need to adjust that W-4. If you're a 1099, you need to stop getting that coming into your social security number. If you are a network marketer, that network marketing company is giving you a 1099 under your social security number, you need to switch it to your EIN. So you want to have that established so that whatever service or product you provide as a network marketer, as an associate of that company, when it comes to your EIN, your business, that service is actually a division under your holding company, so you won't be like bottlenecked out over here. You can expand, and that would just be one of the divisions under your company. That's the second component of your income power play. Now, if you are a business owner, which means you already have a LLC, you already have your holding company, you already have your operating LLC, and you have your EIN, right? How do you implement these strategies for your company? Well, first of all, you need to start doing what tax strategists will encourage you to do at this fourth quarter, at this juncture before the year is out. That means you have to start doing financial forecasting. You have to start doing financial forecasting. What is financial forecasting? Well, what financial forecasting is you actually forecasting, looking out to see what your potential tax liability will be in 2022 based on your net profits up to this point in 2021. You have to figure this thing out now because this is going to help you determine what you need to reinvest in or what you need to reallocate your earnings in, or what do you need to pull in that you may have missed as expenses or transactions that could actually lower your potential tax liability. You got to figure this out now. You cannot wait until 2022. So that's the income power play. That income power play works for W-2 employees, it works for 1099 independent contractors, and it works for legitimate EIN business owners. Maybe you're a minister, maybe you're a pastor, and you're just trying to figure out, how does this even apply to me if I'm just a preacher? I just travel and speak. Well, guess what? We want to look at all the things that you do as a pastor, all the things you do as a motivational speaker, as a school of ministry trainer, and we want to build a bridge between your nonprofit and we want to build a bridge over here to your for-profit. Because it's only so much you're going to do over here to generate revenue for yourself. So either your organization is giving you a salary, Maybe your organization is giving you a housing allowance, or maybe you're just getting certain distributions every once in a while, or offerings or honorariums. We got to change that dynamic. What we need to do is we need to look at the intellectual property that you own, your ideas. We need to look at your content, what you teach, what you preach, what you train, how you develop others. And we need to repackage and repurpose some of it so that it can not only swing to what you do in your nonprofit, but it can also swing into like viable products and services in your for-profit. So for those of you that are listening to me, you're like, man, this dude is on it. He talking my language. I want you to take me up on the offers that I have going on right now. So as I mentioned, all of this information that I'm sharing with you is right out of my playbook. My personal playbook is called the Blueprint Game Plan. And this is our 5-step wealth building system, right? It's a 5-step wealth building system. This Blueprint Game Plan is an on-demand, interactive, online, 24-hour-a-day access training program for business and financial training. So we teach you how to start and structure your holding company, LLCs, your operating LLCs in this program. We teach you creative cash flow strategies as a W-2 employee, as a 1099 contractor, as a minister, as a for-profit executive. We teach you real estate investing in this program as well. We teach you goal setting. We teach you about scheduling. We have documents and forms for putting offers in for real estate. Documents and forms on how to file and form your subsidiaries or your holding companies. We have an entire startup kit for nonprofits, people who want to have a nonprofit organization or a church or a foundation. We have documents and forms for that. We also have courses on accounting. We have courses on tax strategies. We have a library in this program for masterminds that we have hosted on business, for workshops that we've hosted on business, and we regularly add new programs, new training videos, new interactive lessons to this on a regular basis. We currently have hundreds of videos right now on this Blueprint Game Plan. So if you want access to this online training program, we offer this whole program, which most people tell us it is ridiculous to be the price it is because it's that low. We offer it today for $1,500 with a payment plan option, which means if you can't pay the whole $1,500 for 1 year access to this program today, you can text the word Blueprint. You can text the word Blueprint and we will work out a payment plan option for you, and we will get you onboarded today when you make that first or that one-time payment. So this is our Blueprint Game Plan. We have packaged it as a 5-step wealth building system. So we give you 5 steps to use as an outline. And for each of those steps, we have corresponding training videos and courses and interactive lessons to show you how to actually walk through each step. But from step 1 to step 5, you will learn all the most important aspects of financial literacy, entrepreneurship, holding companies, building businesses, systems and processes. You'll learn about real estate investing, all the essential things you need to learn to literally have a successful organizational enterprise. So all you have to do is text the word Blueprint to the number you see in the comments and in the description. That number is 404-478-7213. 404-478-7213. And for those of you who may feel like, you know what, I need online training, but maybe you have experienced online training before and it didn't work. Because a lot of people who we introduce our online training program to, they don't always use it to their advantage for a few reasons. One reason is because they just don't have the discipline to go on that program every day and to listen to it and to become a student until they become successful. And so we created a 1-year business coaching program And with this program, we not only give you 1 year free access to the Blueprint Game Plan, but we also give you access to weekly coaching calls. We give you an initial one-on-one coaching session. We give you access to quarterly group coaching masterminds and to 4 VIP workshops, 1 for sales, 1 for marketing, 1 for financial systems, and 1 for business systems. And so we've created this 1-year business coaching program and added the Blueprint training to it so that you can also have support, accountability, professional expert experience to help you craft your infrastructure to put a solid game plan together for you and for your business and finances. And we're going to walk you through the process for that 1 year. So if you would like access to the 1-year business coaching program, which includes the Blueprint Game Plan, I want you to text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. So it's your choice. You can either have access to the online training program, which is a $1,500 program that we offer payment plans for, or you can have access to the 1-year business coaching program. You not only get that Blueprint Game Plan with this, but you also get weekly coaching calls, an initial coaching session, you get a personal coaching coordinator, you get 4 live masterminds that you can participate in and come to, and 4 live VIP workshops that'll teach you about sales, marketing, business systems, and financial systems. This business coaching program is a $5,000 program, but again, we have a payment plan option. And here's the thing, whether you pay $1,500 for the Blueprint or get upgraded and get the Blueprint for free and pay $5,000 to complement the Blueprint with coaching and weekly training and online and in-person support and workshops and masterminds, whichever one you choose, here's what I always tell people who ask me, what is the biggest difference between the two? The biggest difference between the two is how quick you get to where you want to go. So you can take advantage of the online training program, go on there every day, brain dump, binge watch, learn how to put your own company structure together, learn financial tax strategies, learn systems and processes, and just become a guru in your own right. And it may take you a certain amount of time to see the results in your finances. Or you can join the coaching program and we can accelerate that process. Either way, you will get to where you're going. It's just a matter of how quick you want to get there and how easy do you want the process to be. Because when I'm coaching you, when my team is coaching you, we're going to help accelerate the process because we're working with you on the nuts and bolts of those strategies. How to do this, how to do that. What do you put here? What do you put there? Move that out the way. As I just told you, we have coaching clients that regularly reach out to us and say, hey, I'm in the process of doing this deal. I'm in the process of buying this. I'm in the process of expanding this. I'm in the process of strategizing in this. What do you think I should do? We show them what they need to do. They do it. Now, it's not like they couldn't go to the online program and find it. But like one of our coaching clients said Monday on our coaching call, he was like, let me ask the question while we live. He's like, I know the answer is somewhere on the Blueprint Game Plan, but I don't want to just go through the process of trying to go find it. I'm going to just ask you right now. So that's the advantage of having a live coach who can drop in at any point and help you with the strategy and the solution you need. So you could text Blueprint to the number, or you could text coaching to the number, and we'll be more than happy to go over all of the benefits, all of the features, all of the advantages of both programs. And guess what? Maybe you're watching me today and you are interested in becoming a professional coach, a professional consultant. Maybe you are already a coach, a consultant, and a trainer, and you want to polish your profession up. Well, we have a business certification program. We have an amazing early bird special because we're still in pre-launch mode with our business certification. And what we're doing in this particular program is we're training you to do consulting and coaching our way. I'm showing you how we consult and coach our clients. We're going to show you our system. We're going to show you our process. We're going to help you package your products and services as a coach and consultant. We're going to help you with your pricing. We're going to help you put together a solid coaching and consulting business system with solid processes so you could go into the market with confidence and make money. And that is our business certification program. We also offer a licensing program. Maybe you don't want to go through the grueling tasks like I went through to take years to create curriculum, to have material for your services and for your products. Maybe you just want to license our blueprint training. You want to license our workshops, our boot camps. Well, we have a licensing program that we give you access and authorization to literally not just use it, but you can actually sell it. You can take our signature licensing program and sell all of our products, all of our programs, all of our workshops and boot camps, even our training platform. Or you can white label your licensing agreement with us and literally just take our material, put your name and your logo and your trademarks and your likeness on it and sell it. That would be a white label licensing. So if you're interested in our business certification or licensing program, text the word certify. Text the word certify to 404-478-7213. So that's blueprint to the number if you would like access to that training program, coaching if you would like access to our 1-year coaching, or certify. And guess what? You can visit RamonPreston.com and you will find links and pages to our blueprint, to our coaching, and to our licensing and certification. And we have landing pages available from that website that will answer all of the questions you may have about our blueprint game plan. What is it? How does it work? What courses are included? You can open the modules up on our platform. The coaching, what is the coaching? Who is the coaching for? What can I expect in the coaching program? You have landing pages for our certification and licensing. What is that program? How does that program work? What are the benefits? What products and services can I sell? How will you help me package mine? All the questions are answered, but we will be more than happy to speak with you in person. All you have to do is text blueprint, text coaching, or text certify to 404-478-7213. Well, I hope, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm probably sure that you have enjoyed today's show on the income power play. And so remember, it all starts with your commitment. Your commitment brings you into a place of discipline. When you become disciplined and you build that muscle, you're going to learn to take your wealth building tool, which is your income, save it or store it and hold it so that when the kickoff happens, when you get in the game, what you're going to have the resources and the leverage to do is to call power plays like we just went through and accelerate your process to get further quicker. And all of what I'm saying can happen today. It doesn't have to wait until you 58 or until you retire at 65. Doesn't have to wait until you're married and happy till the kids are grown. Doesn't have to wait until you pay Sally Mae off or all your credit cards are no longer delinquent. Doesn't have to wait until you get the repossession or the foreclosure or the eviction off your credit report. It happens now because it's all about you. You as the player make the money game what it is, and we want to work with you. We want to not just stand on the sidelines to give you the right plays to call, but we want to suit up and boot up with you and get on the field to help you move and advance forward to cross that finish line so you can end 2021 strong and successful. So please give us a call, reach out to us, leave us some feedback, subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Snapchat at Ramon Preston. We'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on the Ramon